What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as Ra. His name is Avely. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Isis. His name is Wiz. It's currently 1-0 in this best of 3 series for the group stages. Excited to see how these games are going to be turning out. Wiz takes that first game with some pretty brutal Zeus play in the first game. Shifting into some cheeky Isis here. A very, very big civilization swap. Same too with Avely switching into Ra. As we're getting a bit of an interesting spawn here. This one reminding me a lot of Watering Hole here, it would seem. And Watering Hole normally comes with lots of hunt. And we are being blessed with a handful of water buffalo over here. And Wiz has actually found himself some hippopotamus. So we did have an extremely low hunt map there for that first game, which is definitely a possibility. The actual math of it all, to give it away a little bit at this point, is there is 7 hunt spawns that are possible, which means you can get a 1 hunt spawn, you can get a 2 hunt spawn, you could get 3 hunt spawn, you could get 4 hunt, yada, yada, yada. And I believe that check is something like 1 in 7 for each, or something like this. Maybe it's 1 in 7 games you're going to have only 1 hunt spawn. 1 in 7 games you're going to have 2 hunt spawns. That kind of thing. And then beyond that, how much hunt is actually spawned in those things is another randomized amount. I could be getting that slightly wrong. I don't know. As we also see the hippopotamus being found here for Avely. It's going to be a little bit disappointed to see that here, as that means that Wiz has got food and he's not gone hunting dogs. But this is a fairly big map, a fairly defensive map here, so Ra's definitely got somewhat of an advantage here, and Wiz is going to have to make something happen. So we are seeing him going on to wood nice and early here. If you're aware of any of the kind of theory that I've got for what is the most efficient way to play Age of Mythology, if you see early wood here with Egyptian, it means 1 base play. That is the general theory here. There is a build that revolves around getting early pickaxe, prosperity, and going 3 town centers here nice and early with Ra, but it's fairly dead and doesn't see a lot of competitive play. I think you can get away with doing that build without getting pickaxe and having a better time without using prosperity as well that early and having a better game. Anyways, Avely still scouting around and he finds the Oseberg wagon. That is a huge relic to spot here. This one gives you 25% caravan reduced food cost, 15% caravan movement speed, and an incredibly happy Egyptian player. So we'll see what he's going to do. This one, Avely throwing out farms already. The name of the game here with competitive Mega Random is adaptation. That is the name of the game. You got to adapt. You see this food over here, you got to say, all right, let's not farm. We got to figure out how we're going to be getting to 2 town centers, grabbing all the food we possibly can, not farming in the classical age. Farming in the archaic age is something that players used to do, including myself, way back when, where the idea is that you've got a game in which you know exactly how many resources you're going to have, exactly how much you can do with said resources, and you're just going to do that every single game that you see not much hunt. The problem with it is that even on those maps, this build order is not going to net you the most for your buck. So while you do get the security of not having to screw anything up, you're still going to be in a rough position here. As Avely throwing up those remaining farms here, is still a ways away from advancing. We'll have to reign in the archaic age here. As Wiz is already going up through Bast. He's actually already got himself double monuments here. Going to be moving up. Look at all this hunt. We've even got Zebra here. as the villagers pop into the town center, moving up here to jump onto the aurochs. He'll move over onto the zebra as well beyond this. And pickaxe husbandry coming through for Wiz. Plenty more wood coming through as well for potential shaft mine. And Wiz is going to be getting himself Scorpion Man. He's going to be getting himself Siege Towers. He's going to be getting himself Migdol Stronghold with Chariot Archers. And this is going to be a very, very brutal one town center timing coming in. Avely, on the other hand, he's going to be hitting the heroic gauge around about 8 minutes here himself with this rain, but he's not going to have anything to really use when he hits it. So we'll see how it's going to go. It's going to be tough for him. It's going to be a late heroic age nonetheless, as the Monument to the Soldiers is also coming up. This build is looking mightily similar to my build orders of old. It does make me want to start kind of like a build orders of old series in a way, just to show off some of the cool stuff that people used to do and explain why it's kind of not done anymore. But anyways, we do have the Sphinx coming out for Wiz. Is he building a second Sphinx? No, we see the armory coming up in the base. There's the early shaft mine for Wiz. Makes so much sense to do this, because then you cast Prosperity and then you get a ton of gold income as Wiz is skyrocketing to the next age. He doesn't need any more wood to be grabbed. This is a perfect build order from Wiz. You guys should copy this build order if you want to be an incredibly strong Ra player, because the idea of getting 2 monuments, getting shaft mine, getting husbandry, hunting dogs, the only thing I don't think I saw here from Wiz which would improve this build order, which I don't think he could have afforded, mind you, with how he did this, is Flood of the Nile. But he might grab that a little bit later here after he casts Prosperity. And we'll see how it's going to go. He's going to get an 8-minute-ish advance time here as he's going to drop off all of the food. There he goes, 8-minute advance. These villagers can jump onto the gold mine. Nephthys coming through. Avely also going to be getting himself that 8-minute advance time as the Sphinx wandering through, just saying, hey, Pharaoh, don't care. Just going to leave, no problems. There's the armory, just about up here in Avely. 8:30-ish. I mean, this is about fine. This is like, it's a fine advance time if you've gone economy, which I guess Avely's gone. Plow coming through as well for Avely. And we'll see how this is going to mount up, as Hathor is the god of choice here. And Avely's Pharaoh retreating back. Do we see that? Oh, we still don't have pickaxe here for Avely. A little bit short on the wood as well, as the villagers getting pulled off over here to jump onto this location. A little bit of struggle getting those villagers into their most efficient position there, as there he goes. But both players in a really, really bizarre Egyptian war. You don't see this very often in the current meta. Normally, you see 2 town centers apiece. Normally, you see 2 town centers apiece. Very rarely do you see 1 town center gameplay here in the Egyptian war. Or at the very least, you might see Isis going 1 town center and the Ra going 2 town center, with the Isis being kind of under the pump to get everything down. So we do see Migdol Stronghold coming up here for not so old Wiz. Still no Prosperity getting dropped though. Did I see Prosperity? Yeah, still no Prosperity coming through here for Wiz. And the big thing here is it doesn't look like there's any gold in the middle of the map. There's no resources really that spawned in the center of this map, just town centers. So Wiz's Migdol Stronghold is literally just here as a... as we see the Sphinx getting taken out by a sneaky Scorpion Man. Wiz's Migdol is just here to be close to his opponent. And he's got a lot of food in the bank. Is he going to go for Elephant? I want to see Elephant here. As Wiz is going to show... Can he go for Elephant? Make some units? Please make a siege work. Some Elephant siege works. Something like this would be beautiful. Oh, Migdol just... There's the Migdol up for Avely. He's going to move over onto this gold mine here. Is he going for he's going for the Mythic Age. 1 town center straight to the Mythic Age. I kind of love it. I wish he wouldn't have built the Migdol though, as he does drop his Prosperity. How much gold is left on this gold mine though? He's got 1,000 gold left with 11 villages. This gold will get wrapped up, but he should be wrapped up round about the end of that Prosperity here. The rock is incoming though, and this is going to be a relatively brutal locust, as Wiz going to be able to advance. He does have his Pharaoh here. He's got to have his eyes set on the minimap for the rock. Otherwise, Wiz going through Thoth. Wiz going through Thoth. Pharaoh does spot the rock. The villagers darting outwards. And there's the Locust. Beautiful attempt here at dodging this. Only loses 3 villagers and Avely loses his rock. Beautiful play there from Wiz. Dodging everything, but he does lose out on a bit of that gold there. As Thoth is coming through. And to me, this is looking like Wiz is rush. Is Wiz going to rush Valley of the Kings? Can he afford... Wait, or is he going for Mass Phoenix? I love it. Mass Phoenix, Ancestors Eclipse. I'm a little bit excited. I've got no idea what Wiz is planning here. He's making himself chariot archers. He's making himself siege towers. He's going to have 72 favor with 800 gold in the bank. He can go for Valley of the Kings here, or he can go for Phoenix. As we do see the raids now coming through. This is very, very interesting as now Wiz coming through, going to take out the cavalry, take out the chariot archer as well here. And we'll see how this is going to go as the chariot archer is going to take out or start engaging over here as well. Checking out the temple and the Phoenix are coming through. I absolutely love this from Wiz. He's going Phoenix. And the question is, what will Avely do in response? Avely's got himself already 4 Patsukos. And if you guys don't realize, Patsukos do 100% bonus damage versus myth units. So they are an incredibly good counter to myth units. But Wiz is going to have himself Eclipse Phoenix coming through. And we do see the Eclipse getting used here by Avely first to block anything. And that's going to force Wiz back in a bit of a defensive position here. He's got himself the 4 Phoenix out, and it seems like maybe this timing from Avely is going to be able to do some decent damage onto Wiz here as his villagers having to get pulled, jumping into the Migdol stronghold. There's not really any siege here just yet for Avely, so this Migdol is going to be able to stay up for a little while here as Wiz going to be retreating back. Still no town center getting grabbed with not many resources left in the bank. Is he building more Phoenix? It doesn't look like he is. We are seeing the villagers dropping out of the Migdol here to snipe down the elephant there that was trying to take out the Migdol. But Wiz is at 86 of 98 population. More elephants coming through for Avely here as the Patsukos doing some big damage here onto the Migdol. As the villagers dropping out to get some damage done. These Patsukos can one bang these elephants here as the Ancestors Eclipse does get drops. Look at these Phoenix, 60 damage. Going to be attempting to take out these Patsukos as best as they can. But look at the damage onto the Phoenix that come through as the Patsukos come in. The egg does not get created there though, as the Migdol stronghold does look like it will end up getting taken down as Wiz not able to hold on to this middle location here. But he will be cleaning up a lot of this as he's pushing through here to try and take down these Patsukos. The Phoenix still chasing. I don't think the Phoenix get any bonus damage against myth units. It doesn't look like they do, but we see some more houses coming up for Wiz here as he's a little bit short on the favor here as he opts for another Phoenix instead of going for more instead of more Migdols here. But Wiz does still have access to his Meteor, so he can use that on his opponent's town center. He does have some siege in the form of these Phoenix. And I mean, we'll see how it's going to go here. If you can move around and actually attack this town center, it would be absolutely huge. But he's deciding not to potentially now. The bit of slowing down could happen from Wiz. 39 villages for Wiz to 50 villages for Avely, as we are seeing a Migdol getting placed on this front location here. The problem with this, the only problem with this strat, the problem with this strat is, as we see the Meteor getting dropped here on this location, hitting 3 times on the town center. I've never seen, and the town center gets deleted there. Have you ever seen a better Meteor in your life? Destroys all the farms, takes out the town center. I don't know if you could call it a perfectly placed town center or not, but gets absolutely brutalized here as the Phoenix wandering forward here. The siege tower is coming in. to finish off this temple to prevent more Petsukos from getting built here. We do have the heavy chariots in for Avely, but this is going to be a tough one for him to stop as more chariots coming. We've got the town center getting grabbed here for Wiz as these Phoenix are incredibly strong here, floating through, going to try and take out those chariot archers. We do see those priests are very scary here. We've got a handful of priests out for Wiz as well to take down the enemy Petsukos. Nice micro from Avely to keep them alive as the chariot archers doing some good damage. The Phoenix going to float in yet again to try and take down this location, and we'll see how he's going to go. The Petsukos doing some big damage here. If he can get the splash damage down, he does get a huge amount of splash damage down onto those Phoenix as they are retreating back. We do have a first Phoenix going down here. It seems as it doesn't. I'm still alive here as it is retreating back. It's going to be dropping there, and we can see, we'll see if the Phoenix is going to get rebuilt here. It gets built very, very fast, but does get picked off very quickly as well as he doesn't manage to recover said Phoenix quick enough here as Wiz is continuing to push in. Wiz has actually overtaken Avely in terms of villager count, but Avely has got a lot of gold in the bank here as the Monument to the Villagers does get taken out. And we'll see a Monument to the Villagers, Monument to the Soldiers gets taken out, and Monument to the Villagers is also going down. And there's the Osberg wagon just sitting there, being tempted to grab this one here. And we'll see what next as Wiz is moving forward with his villagers. He might be wanting to grab this settlement because, look, I mean, Avely's already got himself 17 caravans right now. Just a lot of camel caravans. So which means you can spam those mercenary, but grabbing this town center means some very scary things. Beautiful micro here from Wiz. Is he fast enough though? No, he's going to lose that Pharaoh, unfortunately, though, as the Phoenix move forward to try and take down these chariot archers. We see a Migdol Stronghold going up in this position instead to try and put a stop to those camel caravans, as Wiz is still putting some damage down. The villagers moving in. The villagers are going to get absolutely burned to a crisp here. If you enjoyed the Chimera barbecues, then you will also enjoy the Phoenix barbecues. They don't need special abilities. They just do that splash damage straight away. Love that play from Wiz, catching those guys out as the villagers get taken down very, very quickly here. Avely struggling to produce units here. He is empowering his Migdol. Might be worthwhile throwing up another one here as the chariot archers with the siege towers in front doing some beautiful damage. And in that moment there, Avely does tap out as a very exciting strategy here from Wiz. Almost got punished though by Avely with the eclipse timing on his own Petsukos there coming through, taking down that middle Migdol. But the follow-up with that Meteor, the way Meteor works is the actual attacks hit buildings. They choose buildings at random, and farms count. So if you've got farms surrounding your town center and you click that Meteor in on that town center, then the meteors are going to be hitting those farms. And it just so happens that what happened there for Wiz is the meteor both hit the farm and the town center, and also hit the town center multiple times to take this location. And Wiz wins in fairly hilariously dominating fashion here. I love this idea from Wiz, going for a fast mythic to take out Avely here, but gets the series, gets the dub. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.